So we will start with our first chapter, which is solid state. So in this chapter we will study about general characteristics and structural properties of solid state. Students, you can pause the video and take screenshot whenever required. As you all know, there are three states of matter: solid, liquid and gas. These states of matter are a result of strength of intermolecular force of attraction and thermal energy. So when these intermolecular forces are strong, then molecules will be closer and substance adopt a particular shape which has a definite volume at room temperature. State of a substance can be related to its temperature. In the first case, when temperature is below its melting point, then matter will be present in solid state and molecules are closest to each other. You can see in the figure, the intermolecular space between the molecules is quite less. The second case, when temperature of matter lies between its melting point and boiling point, then it is present in liquid state. Molecules may be in touch with each other or they are close to each other, but you can see in the figure the intermolecular spaces will be larger than the first case. In the third case, when the temperature of matter is above its boiling point, then matter will be present in gaseous state and molecules neither touch each other nor they are close to each other. It means that intermolecular space between the particles is quite large and they are far apart from each other. Now let's move on to the classification of solids as to study the solid state. So these are the characteristic properties of solid. As you all know, they have definite mass, volume, shape, intermolecular distances are very short, intermolecular forces are strong, particles are fixed, they can only oscillate about their mean positions, they are incompressible and rigid. So these are the basic characteristic properties that you all know. Now the constituent particles of solids are arranged in a different manner. So on the basis of pattern of arrangement of the constituent particles, solids can be classified into two major categories. One is crystalline solid and the other one is amorphous solid. Now let us study various properties of crystalline and amorphous solids. First property, crystal geometry. In crystalline solids, they have a definite crystal shape because the particles are arranged in an ordered manner. But in amorphous solid, they have indefinite geometrical shape because the particles of amorphous solids are arranged irregularly. The second property is symmetry. The crystalline solids are symmetrical while the amorphous solids are unsymmetrical. Crystalline solids have three types of symmetries. They have a plane of symmetry, they have center of symmetry, and they also have an axis of symmetry. But the amorphous solid, they do not have any type of symmetry. Third property is anisotropic or isotropic nature. Crystalline solids, the properties are anisotropic. It means the properties are direction dependent. Example, refractive index. It depends on the direction, as the light is going from denser to rarer or rarer to denser medium, its value differ. So that's why the properties are direction dependent. But in amorphous solid, the properties are isotropic, they are direction independent. Example, glass, the properties are same in any direction. Fourth property is melting point. Crystalline solids have sharp melting point. Sharp melting point means at a particular temperature, that particular solid will melt. But amorphous solid have range of melting point. It means, like example, from 60 degree to 80 degree, it can melt anywhere between that range. Fifth is physical state. Physically, the crystalline solids can be obtained in the form. They can be in the hard and rigid, but amorphous solid they will be present in the soft state. And last property is crystal system. Crystalline solids have 7 types of crystal system, as the particles of